Hey everyone, before the video starts, I want you to head over to the Real Ninja Reviews podcast Twitch channel. Over there, you'll be getting funny dialogue, you'll be getting some gameplay knowledge. You will also be getting us roasting each other in the chat. So go ahead, leave a comment in the chat, leave a like for the video, or I should say a follow for the Real Ninja Reviews podcast, and just be thoroughly entertained by our quirkiness that you'll see. Now we're gonna head over to the video. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And I'm doing something different today because I want to have a discussion with you guys about the character of Blue Marvel and how I feel that Marvel is legitimately just mishandling this character, and it's kind of frustrating in the sense of reading this stuff and watching this stuff. But before I begin this video, I want you guys to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and post a comment below. I want to know what you guys think about my thoughts, and give me your opinions and thoughts. I'm open to listening to them, but I really do feel like Marvel is seriously undervaluing, devaluing, and mishandling Blue Marvel. So for those who don't know who the Blue Marvel is, I do have um a history on him in my underrated series that I do, underrated Marvel hero Blue Marvel. You guys will go check that out. But for a brief summary, Blue Marvel was created back in 2008, and his creator was Kevin Graveau. And Kevin Graveau is the writer of the Underworld series as well as the I Frankenstein series. But the reasoning I'm telling you guys why that Marvel is mishandling him is because they have all these major events that's come out. They've had Civil War 2, they've had Civil War, they had War of the Realms, they've had Empire, Infinity War, any type of event, and Blue Marvel only shows up briefly to do Section A, and then that's it. Then you don't see him for the rest of the story. So I give you an example of what I'm talking about, just so people could fully understand. There was a arc, the Infinity Gauntlet or Infinity War 2.0 arc that came out where Thanos was looking for the Infinity Stones, but he really was just looking for his son Thane. And during that story arc, Blue Marvel appeared in Mighty Avengers Volume 2, issue number 3. It was a tie-in to the event. And in this event, he ends up hitting Shumagorath through the eye, killing him, or through his head, and he ends up killing Shumagorath, and then he patches up Monica Rambeau. After he does that, he really don't appear in the rest of the event. And my thing is, Thanos is invading Earth, and you mean tell me a guy who, as Kevin Graveau has stated, he sits at the table with Superman, Hulk, Martian Manhunter, Thor, and you mean to tell me he doesn't fight Thanos? You can't have a character and say, oh, he sits at their table, but somehow it just doesn't feel like he sits at their table, because every time he shows up, he doesn't do much. It's almost like Marvel have no idea what to do with the character. And it's like completely frustrating, because we know in the Sentry's own miniseries or own book, it was specifically stated that Sentry has limitless power. We know that the Hulk has gotten a power up recently in the Immortal Hulk series, which is an amazing series, and I recommend you guys to go see that. And then we know what Superman could do. And here's some of the things that I'm going to show you. Like Superman, at one point, he survived the Sun Eater implosion. And when it imploded, it knocked him back in time to like millions of years into time and back to the present or something like that. And it's like, what? So he survives that. He also survives the Void Hound, who, mind you, had destroyed in his test run 10 solar systems. And Superman was able to survive that. Hulk was able to survive or tank death firebombs, stuff that people ain't supposed to do. But Blue Marvel in Doctor Doom issue number 5 gets body slammed by Silver Sable. For those who don't know, Silver Sable is an operative with no superhuman abilities. She doesn't have any powers, and she slams Blue Marvel. How does that make sense to y'all? Now, I gave you three feats that Sentry, because it was stated, Superman, what he's done, Hawk, and that's just the tip of the iceberg with them. I didn't get on what Thor does, and we saw what Thor is doing in Devourer King story arc that I am covering at the moment. You see what Thor does in the Devourer King, but you get body slam, and before anybody say, well, he was caught off guard, no, he was looking at her, and he was trying to push her out the way. That's number one. Number two, she still shouldn't have been made to body slam a dude that's supposed to sit at the table for Superman Thor. And then in the same issue, he kills Kang the Conqueror. Someone say he doesn't kill. He kills Kang the Conqueror, but 2 seconds later, he returns. What? How's this making any sense? It's like, okay, whatever. We'll let that slide. Then, in the more recent one, Doctor Doom issue number 7, Doctor Doom sends Blue Marvel to get rid of a black hole because he can produce enough energy to, close that black hole. So Blue Marvel goes up there, just to let y'all know, he does. He goes up there. This dude said, I hate to say it, but this is all I got. So he pushes his power to the maximum, and then he burned out. So the black hole, I think he shut the black hole, but it was something else still he couldn't stop because he's maxed out of power. I think it was like he shot on part of the black hole, but the black hole was still coming to Earth or the universe. And Dr. Octavius, Dr. Octopus has to come up there to help save him. What? How does this make sense to y'all? But he's supposed to be sitting at the table with Thor, and they would never have them characters do that. Think about manga characters or Shonen Jump. Whenever something happens in manga, the main character, the Asian guy, gets a new level of power after he pushes power past his limit. Same thing with the white heroes. Like I said, I gave you some of the things that Superman and Hawk has done. And as like I said, that's tip of the iceberg. But Blue Marvel burns out his energy. That's what frustrates me. Like, how does this man burn out? It's like they just decide, oh, well, let's write this character, Blue Marvel, let's write him to be much weaker than Thor and Hawk. You see Hawk and Thor got power up. You saw that Sentry gets a power up. You see Sentry appears in all types of major forms of art and major story arcs, but Blue Marvel somehow doesn't. Blue Marvel just sits there. Oh, he's an incoming. Oh, he does some science stuff. Let me help y'all do this, but I ain't gonna show up for the rest of the story arc. Marvel, y'all got to do better than that, man. Like, y'all need to stop force feeding us this BS, because this is BS. And you got other YouTubers and stuff that said they're tired of woke people. How about y'all stop staying asleep? Because this is BS. This stuff that they're force feeding us makes no sense, and it's really frustrating for a character like him to be sitting in limbo or show up here and there and not do anything, but get bodied by many other characters that he shouldn't even get bodied by. I'm going to get back to the regular schedule program. I just had to get this part off my chest because I feel like Marvel is just they're not doing him right, man. They need to do something better. They need to get somebody who's going to take care of this character, man. Like, they really do. Because I'm sick of looking at this. But I'm going to let y'all go. I just had to get that one off. All right, y'all. Peace.